We're gonna go to the Othello tunnels, guys, because they're reopened. And I really want to get that, and that's all about all of the train tunnels, the quintet of tunnels. Here we go, guys. Coquihalla Canyon Provincial Park. Ooh, ooh, busy. Yeah, it reopened, so everybody's excited now to go. Oh, it's not too bad. Everybody's excited to go see the tunnels now, guys. Okay, guys, so we're Hope Nicola Valley Trail right now. So this would have been part of the old trail. If you followed this, you'd meet up with the KVR, and then you'd also, 10 kilometers from there, you'd end up in Hope. We're gonna go to the tunnels now. Coquihalla Canyon. Okay, guys, this is exciting because this has been out of commission. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but it just hasn't been in, it was completely knocked out. So I didn't get a chance to actually go see the tunnels, but it's busy here. This is a big attraction, guys. You'll see there's 5 tunnels that go right through the canyon. So we're just walking the old rail grade. So this is the literal rail grade of the KVR. So this is what it would have been like. Just imagine a train track. That's the Coquihalla River. Lots of placer gold there. Nice rocky boulders and gravel. So you get some coarse gold there. There's 5 tunnels here. They call them the Quintet tunnels. Go right through the rock, basically for the KVR. When they built this area, when they built through this area, it was a huge deal to try and, you know, get them all lined up straight. Because when you're doing 5 tunnels in a row, your layout and your surveying's got to be bang on, so you get it properly figured out, right? Otherwise, it's going to be all cockeyed, and the tunnel's not going to meet properly. You have all kinds of problems. Coquihalla River, Coquihalla Canyon, beautiful color water too. This is the start of the canyon. And then here's the first tunnel. So there's 5, I think you said 2 of the 5 might be available. The Othello Quintet tunnels. Testament to KVR engineers. Work was done almost exclusively by hand. Ladder, suspension bridges, and ropes were used for the surveyors to access the canyon. Elaborate triangulation from the top of the cliffs had to be used, where it was possible to set up the survey transits. Precision was important, and the surveyors had no GPS devices. Rock drillers would hand drill the holes in which explosives would be carefully tamped. Once the fuses were lit, the drillers had to scamper up the ladders and out of the canyon before the blast ignited. Empty black powder barrels can still be found along the KVR. Inaccessible to machinery, the tunnels were excavated mostly by pick and shovel. The tunnels are a combined 390 meters. Due to the Asiatic exclusion policies of the Canadian government at the time, much of the KVR railway was built by European immigrants, American contractors. This included Italian stonemasons and Austrian laborers. Tensions between the workers increased after World War I. Brook to Brookmere, Othello Station. This is the parking lot where we were, and we hiked all the way down, and then these are the tunnels. Here, 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 and then Hope. And then you got the Nicola Cattle Trail coming through the valley as well. You can actually see the length. So tunnel number 10 is 556 feet. Tunnel 11 is 100 feet. Tunnel 12 is 405. And then tunnel 13 is 276. We got rock bolts in the top of the tunnel. Huge tunnel, carving this all up by hand. So the KVR would have gone right through here, guys. Same thing as the Nicola Kamloops to Milkmead Railway. This is a long one, right in the middle of the tunnel right now. See the portal. Oh yeah, I think it's blocked off to the second tunnel. You can't go all the way because it was all, it's a big rock slide and tunnels were all destroyed. It's wet here. There's definitely some moisture. I've got water on me. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're just about to come out of the first tunnel and enter the second tunnel. Oh, it's blocked off at the other end, yeah. And then this is the Coquihalla Canyon, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, fuck. So this is tunnel number 2. This is a short one, just a little baby. You see they got the rock bolts up, tensioned. This is applying tension to the roof of the tunnel to prevent the rock from breaking off. A few little fractures too, yeah. Definitely want to rock bolt that off. So this bridge, Coquihalla Canyon, absolutely fantastic. The river, yeah, gold all through the Coquihalla River. And then our final tunnel, tunnel number 3. Oh, this is the window too, nice. Here we go, this is the window. So that's the window. And then, yeah, this is what I was worried about. It continues on. So there's 2 more tunnels, what it look like. Yeah, there's 2 more tunnels beyond this point, but they're still working on it, basically. Very cool though, guys, very, very cool. Busy though. $1934. That seems a little late. So the KVR would have come right through here. It was a big deal building this too. Like I said, the surveying, getting the alignment of the tunnels right, and then the fact that after you blast it, you've got to hand excavate. Look at how smooth the rocks are from it being in a canyon and the water rising and falling, making it all smooth. But yeah, like it's the surveying for this triangulating at the top of the peak there. That's actually really ingenious. That those old surveyors, man, it's quite a skill. But Andrew McCullough's baby, guys. This is the best set of tunnels. And it's actually interesting because the Clapperton tunnel that we saw, you can see what I was saying, how it's unique in the way that the stonemasonry of that tunnel on the sides and the walls, the wing walls, is unique. They usually don't do that on the wing walls of tunnels. What they would do is usually put wood or like rock. Shotcrete, this has been done later on. You can see all the anchors, but they would have sprayed this with shotcrete to basically shore up the tunnel and keep it supported. This is the long one. This is where all the water is. So we've done two different sections of the KVR where there's tunnels. We've got a few more tunnels to do. This one's really cool. It's a really cool shot, actually, going light at the end of the tunnel, guys, quite literally. Just about to the end here, the light's getting bigger. It would have been really, really steamy in here when the steam train was running through here. I'm surprised there's no ventilation shafts. It's a pretty small tunnel though, but even still. can see the walls have been shotcreted. Surveying, blasting, and excavating. On the KVR, and we are walking back down the railbed. Lots of interesting history here. Plus you factor in there's a bit of gold around, it's not too bad. Both placer and hard rock. So, but the Coquihalla Canyon's cool, guys. This has been a big one. It's kind of been a missing piece to the puzzle. This is a really cool formation. This is a prime example of faults. Like imagine if this filled in with hydrothermal fluid, bunch of different, yeah. But yeah, you see these cracks, these fractures. This like fill that right up with fluid, fill this right up with fluid, all this quartz, and then have all the minerals you want get trapped in there with it, and boom, there you go, right? You're cooking. So, mossy rock too. Oh, the nice, look, there's an Evo drilling steel. It's pretty decent little jaunt out to the tunnel. But it's nice and flat on the rail grade. And then you saw that Nicola Trail there, that was a lot steeper. But we were in the desert before, and we're now back into the ferns and lichens and moss and all of that. Coquihalla River. It's nice to get a proper shot of the Coquihalla River as well. See all these mossy trees. And they got some good billboards here too. The Coquihalla subdivision. Andrew McCullough was chief engineer and supervised teams of resident engineers working year-round in the field surveying the KVR. The Coquihalla subdivision was the most difficult section. The Coquihalla summit to Hope presented 61 kilometers of rugged mountain terrain, 15 meters of annual snowfall, and the seemingly impassable Coquihalla Canyon. The war effort created labor and steel shortages, increasing the cost of construction from 1913 to 1916. $136,000 average cost per mile of KVR track, 1.6 kilometers. That's the conversion for a mile. 300,000 most expensive mile, 1.6, same thing, making it the most expensive track in the world at the time. 46 bridges, 12 tunnels, 15 snow sheds, 6.7 million meters of lumber, 4,500 tons of steel. McCullough brought a reputation for strong leadership and achieving the impossible of the KVR project. Ladders, suspension bridges, and ropes provided access to the canyon for workers to make McCullough's plans a reality. We're here, right here, and then up. And I was saying Lear, Jessica, Veronica, Aram, Portia, Iago, Romeo, Coquihalla. And then you got Juliet, Brody. I was telling you guys about Brody, how Brody was kind of the main one. Brookmere, this here is Nicola Kamloops. This is where the NKNS starts. Right here. Sections of the modern Coquihalla Highway are built over top of the KVR route. Yeah, you can kind of tell that when you're going. In 1910, the Canadian Pacific Railway authorized Coast to Kootenay Link from Hope to Midway. The Kettle Valley Railway, KVR, was one of the most challenging railway engineering and construction undertakings in Canadian history. 3 towering mountain ranges and 500 km of rough wilderness stood between Vancouver and the mine fields in the east. Beginning in 1893, American-owned Great Northern Railway laid multiple tracks across the border to Canadian silver mines. This was considered a threat to Canadian sovereignty and was the main reason for the construction of the KVR. Canadian silver would be transported to the coast via an all-Canadian route. There were no roads in the southeastern British Columbia that could accommodate a wagon at the time. Once built, the KVR was the lifeline in the region. Completed in 1916, the Coquihalla subdivision operated until 1959. Coal-fired steam locomotives were primarily used until 51. And then you can see, guys, this is the KVR route. It winds all the way, comes down Rock Creek, Midway, and then it stops here and continues on. This is the Columbian Western Railway. It goes to Castlegar. And that's the Crow's Nest Pass line. This is the Crow's Nest Pass line. Creston, Kootenay Landing, and then up through Tye, Proctor. Vancouver, Victoria, and Eastern Railway starts from here. Midway comes down into Curlew, then up over Orville, and then over to Princeton. And then they shared the line from here down. But this is all, you can see, guys, the Great Northern was really trying to get in here. The KVR enabled BC's mineral wealth to move to the port of Vancouver instead of Spokane, and many other commodities traveled the line, including timber, cattle, and Okanagan fruit. 4 historic trails passed through the canyon before the Kettle Valley Railway. These trails
Anderson Trail, HBC 1849 Heritage Trail, Dewdney Trail, and Nicola Hope Valley Trail followed established First Nations trading routes and were built by European traders to improve the resource access and support British Columbia's sovereignty. That's going to conclude our Othello Tunnels, KVR, Coquihalla, the railway, the ghost railway that was the KVR. So if you like this kind of content, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notified, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and thanks a lot.